Yo, so what's going on? In the last 7 days, we have made just over $33,000. I'm going to make this video because I just want to give you guys a simple breakdown of the things that we did that allowed us to get to this point. Hopefully it can help some of you guys. Hopefully you guys can, iterate off of these ideas, and I'm just gonna make a quick video. It's gonna be short, it's gonna be right to the point, no yap, no fluff. Let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing that you need to do when you're creating your landing page for your product, and ideally this should be something you do on every single store. It doesn't matter if you're scaling, if you're just launching, it doesn't matter. The fold of your website. So that is going to be right where your product listing is. So not the bottom part where the copy is and the gifts are, and not the top part where your menu bar is. The fold, that's what they call it, where your product listing is. That should have enough information in it to let your customer make a buying decision without having to read the rest of your copy. Now, the rest of your copy is there to help a customer who's not yet convinced to make a buying decision. When they land on your product page from your ad, they should be able to read the fold of the landing page and make a buying decision. Here's how they do that. The fold of your landing page should have 4 things. The first thing should be a clear-cut product listing name. You'd be surprised how many people mess this up. It shouldn't be some crazy wordplay. It doesn't need to be anything stupid. If this is paper towels, they're paper towels. I'm not gonna say white water absorbent tissue. Stupid. Paper towels, right? That's 1. Simple. 2, you should have 3 unique sale propositions, USPs. These are bullet points that tell the customer exactly why they need your product, what it does for them. If you take a look at Javy Coffee right here, you can see that they have several of these, that there's 15 flavors, that there's no sugar. You can see them right here. What these do is that these show the customer why this is exactly what they're looking for. They don't have to scroll, they don't have to read another web page, they have it right here. This is why they need your product. The third thing that's ideal, if you can make it look nice, is to have ideally three unique value propositions, UVPs. What these are essentially features of the product. So as you can see right here, Javy Coffee, such a great example. You can see right here, weight loss, energy, you can see them right here. What this does is this is now showing the customer that these are the features and benefits that their life is gonna get by drinking this coffee as opposed to their alternative. So now, just to retrace our steps, the fold of your site should have a simple, effective name. It should tell the customer why they need your product with your USPs. It should show the customer what their life is gonna get by using your product, their UVPs. And the last thing, and I don't know why so many people mess this up, your price point should be right there in front of them. It shouldn't be below the text. It shouldn't be above. It should be right there in front of them, okay? So that's part 1 of how we were able to take this store from 0 to 30,000. Let's go into part 2. The second important factor that's going to allow you to scale your website, scale your product rather, is going to be creative output. This is especially important if you're on TikTok, but it's just as important if you're on Meta. To get our store, as you can see, from 0 to 33,000 in 7 days, we were testing 21 creatives per week. Why 21? Well, 3 per day. That's what we were doing. So 3 creatives every single day. Even if we launched on Monday and those 3 creatives were cooking, we're still launching 3 on Tuesday, we're still launching 3 on Wednesday, because you can never have too many winning creatives. The craziest part about ecom is that one single creative can generate you tens of thousands of dollars. One creative. So the more creatives you can put out, especially once you already have the product and the offer proven, which to prove a product and an offer, you should be at 1K per day in revenue for at least 3 days. That's kind of my threshold. That's how I know that this is really locked in and proven. Once you get to that, you should be launching as many creatives as you can that are quality. Don't launch bullshit creatives, launch good ones that you actually take the time to edit and make. But because of that, it allows you to scale like we were able to scale, because we're able to scale multiple creatives with high budgets rather than trying to squeeze all of our revenue through one creative. That's how we were able to do it quickly within the 7-day period, was because we had 3 creatives that were scaling at $1,000 budget plus for this week after we tested 21 creatives. So just to backtrack, all your information for your customers should be in the fold of your website, and you need to have a high creative output. Let's go on to the third part. The third part of this sequence that allowed us to scale from 0 to 33,000 in 7 days was understanding budgets when you're running paid ads. For beginners, this might be a little bit confusing, but it's actually not that confusing. So when you're running your ads, the budget of your campaign is essentially the speed of which the money will spend on that campaign. So if you have a $2,000 $1,000 budget, it's gonna spend quick because it has to get $2,000 spent before midnight. That's what you're telling the machine, $2,000 before midnight. Whereas if you have a $50 campaign, it's gonna spend very slow. That's why people test with 50, because they want it to spend slow. Understand that once you already have a proven product and a proven offer, I don't know why so many people say this online, you don't have to reset your budgets at the end of the day. Because what you're doing, and I've tested both, sometimes it makes sense, but for this specific product in store, we didn't do that. Because when we're already at, let's say we're heading towards the end of the day and we're at $1,000 budget. Why would I drop that back down to $50 and then have to scale it all the way up again? I'm only gonna be capped at whatever revenue I can get at that $1,000 budget. So what I was doing was I was cutting my budgets by 50% at the end of the day. So if I scaled up to $1,000 at midnight, I would cut it to 500, scale it back up to 1,500, cut it to 700, scale it back up to 3,000, cut it to 1,500, so on and so forth. And that's how we were scaling. Understanding that your budget is gonna dictate how fast your ads spend. And if you already have a proven product with a proven offer and proven winning creatives, you want your budgets to spend fast so that you can scale. That's the whole point. Scaling means you're spending a lot of money fast because the conversions are coming in. So just to backtrack again and make sure you guys are with me here, step one of how we scaled from 0 to 33,000 in 7 days was because we had a high converting fold. Fuck the whole landing page. The fold is where all the important sauce is. They knew exactly what my product was, exactly what it was going to do for them, exactly how their life got better from using it, and the price. 2, we launched 21 creatives per week, 3 creatives every single day. We were scaling multiple creatives at high budgets, and that's how we were able to scale that hard, that fast. 3, we understood how to use our budgets while we were scaling our ads. We didn't reset them all the way down to 50. We kept dropping them by 50% and then scaling them up throughout the day. We understood that the budget of the campaign is the speed at which it will spend. Let's get to the last point. Last point is one that I've talked about a ton. Everybody already knows this, but your offer. Your offer is what's going to make or break if you can scale. Sometimes you have a good product and good creatives with an unscalable offer. When it comes to offers, I'm not going to give you the whole runaround. I'm going to give you the most simple and applicable information possible. When it comes to offers, all you need to do is make sure that the customer feels like they are getting more value than they are paying for, and you are still able to keep a healthy margin. That is it. There is no secret. There is no special winning offer, no special buy one, get one free, none of that shit. The only thing that matters is, does the customer think that they are getting more value from your products than what they are paying for? It's the same reason why if you see, clothes that you like, let's say you like designer clothes, and then you see that there's a Louis hoodie on sale for $200. Based on the fact that Louis hoodies are typically $800 plus, that $200 spending, you're probably going to buy that every time. It's the same reason why if the new iPhones were only $200, you would probably buy it, because you understand that you're going to get more value than what you're paying for. So just to finally recap, so you guys understand in a short, simple breakdown of how we were able to scale from 0 to 33,000 in 7 days, make sure all of your information is in the fold of your website. Make sure you are constantly testing creatives at a high rate and scaling multiple creatives because it'll help you. 3, make sure you understand that the budget that you're using on your campaign is what's controlling the speed at which it is spending. And 4, make sure you are giving the customers more value than they are paying for while keeping yourself a healthy margin. And if you do all of those things, it will give you the best chance to scale from 0 to $33,000 in 7 days